Hi, I'm Aaron Neville. Don't go anywhere. Profiles is coming up next.
Welcome to Profiles. I'm Marley Hall. Today's guest is singer Aaron Neville, an icon in his hometown of New Orleans. With his linebacker shoulders and signature dagger tattoo on his cheek, there's no going incognito in his hotel lobby. As a singer since the early 60s, his tremulous falsetto has been called the only voice like it on the planet. After a short break, we'll join our host Mickey Burns as he welcomes musical great Aaron Neville to Profiles. Welcome back to Profiles. For the past 30 years, Aaron Neville has been a key member of the legendary Neville Brothers Band. And in the mid-'80s, Aaron teamed up with Linda Ronstadt for a series of duets. The collaboration would produce 3 mega hits, 2 #1s, and multiple Grammy Awards. So let's join our host Mickey Burns as he welcomes singer and poet Aaron Neville to Profiles.
Oh, I know I've been changed. Oh, I know I've been changed. Oh, I know I've been changed. The angels in the heavens gonna sign my name.
Aaron Neville, welcome to our show, Profiles.
It's nice to be here.
It's an honor meeting you. I've been a big fan of yours for a long time.
I've been sitting here talking to you for about 5 minutes, and I feel like I know you,
Yeah, well, that's
which
great.
I do watch you.
Thank you so much. For our viewers, you're a singer, you're
Yeah.
a poet, and you're an icon in your hometown of New Orleans, and have been for decades. But I read that you haven't lived in New Orleans since Hurricane Katrina hit and it flooded your home in 2005. Is that true?
It's true.
Have you been back to see your home?
I've been back. I haven't been in it. That was a long story. That was like me and my wife at the time, we were planning on staying there,
Sure.
Hurricane Katrina came along and changed that, and later on she died, and
Right.
because we moved to Nashville. I was on the road when Katrina came in.
You were.
But I've been getting my family out for the last few hurricanes. I said, get out, regardless of what. So they met me there, and they usually go out and be gone for 3 days and have 3 days worth of clothes, and that's what they did this time.
Yeah.
And we sit there and watch it on TV, and figured we was going home that Monday, and the water came.
Wow.
So we weren't going home.
Has that always been your greatest fear, living there?
Yeah, I mean, since I was a kid,
Yeah.
I know we were living in a bowl surrounded by water
Could happen.
in a place where hurricanes, they call it Hurricane Alley.
Didn't surprise you?
No.
Yeah, yeah. And you recently said this. You said, I get sad sometimes passing all the neighborhoods. Some people are coming back, and some of them are never coming back.
Some of them don't have anything to come back to. It's like, what was there is not there anymore.
Right.
I mean, the city itself is coming back. The people there are strong. They're like strong-willed and
Spirit.
and the music will never die. The music is always going to live on.
Yeah. Now, your latest album, it's titled, I Know I've Been Changed, and it conjures images of what your native city has been through. Tell us a little bit about the album.
Well, the album was just done recently.
Yes. Yeah.
It was a labor of love between myself and the producer, Joe Henry, and also had a chance to work with Alan Toussaint, again, which was like a 50-year anniversary, because he recorded my first record back in 1960.
Which I'm going to talk about in a minute.
Yeah.
I want to hear all about that. Did you also not work with the Blind Men of Alabama?
The Blind Boys of Alabama.
Blind Boys of Alabama.
I'm leaving in about a week to go to Australia with them.
They have quite a history as well.
I was listening to them as a little kid, My grandmother used to rock me on her knee, and she'd listen to the radio station, and the gospel station's DJ name was Dr. Daddy-O.
Right.
And he would play, Blind Boys and Mahalia and whoever,
When you were coming on the show today, people were commenting, they say, there's an incredible contrast between how you sound and how you look. You don't expect angelic sounds like you've been producing for 50 years to come out of a muscular 6 foot, 230-pound guy who looks like a linebacker. And my question is, did you always have this beautiful falsetto voice, or is this something you had to acquire over time?
I always had that, but the body had to work at it.
And you still do.
Yeah.
I mean, you have, when you came today, I said, man, you moved to New York,
Yeah.
but you're staying in shape. How you doing that?
I work out. Me and my wife, we try to do something every morning. We just bought these little things, something like trampolines, but you jump on them. I forget the name of them.
Right, because you've been heavier.
Yeah, I've been heavier.
And do you mind telling us how old you are?
I'm not telling.
Yeah. Because
No, I'm 70.
yeah, and you look 50.
I feel 30.
So whatever you're doing, keep doing it.
Oh, no doubt.
Now, you grew up, as we mentioned, in a musical home.
Yeah, my mom and her brother,
Oh, they were?
yeah, they were like a song and dance team, and they were like the best dancers in New Orleans.
Really?
They had a chance to go on the road with Louis Prima before we were born.
Yes.
But my grandmother wouldn't let them go because of the Jim Crow laws and all that stuff down
yeah.
there. So
Different time.
they decided that they would never stop any of us following our dreams. She let my brother Charles go out on the road when he was 15.
Really?
Yeah.
And I heard you say one time, as a kid, I thought I was Nat King Cole.
Oh, yeah.
Why so?
Well, they were big Nat King Cole fans, and they had everything he did, and I would just walk around the house trying to sing like him. And I used to go to the movies and sing for whoever's on the door. They'd let me in. I'd sing Pretend, Too Young, or Mona Lisa.
Yeah, yeah. And you were mentioning before that you had an opportunity some years ago to meet Curtis Mayfield.
Yeah.
You said he became an inspiration for you.
Well, he had been an inspiration for me, but seeing him like this, it was like at one of the Grammy Awards, the Rhythm and Blues Foundation. They set it up so I could go and hang out with him in his hotel room for about an hour, and he was paralyzed from the neck down.
Yeah.
He was laying on his back, and I sit in the chair next to him and talk with him and talked about his music and how it inspired me. And every once in a while I'd sing a song and say, "Hey, remember this?" and I'd make him smile, you know. And that just done something to my insides I couldn't even explain. And he was laying there like I was trying to put myself in that position. I don't think I could have been, you know, upbeat like he was.
He wasn't angry.
He was giving out orders. "Hey, do this. I want this done," and taking care of his own business and all, and being, you know, like he'd accepted whatever it was. I said, "Wow, that's deep."
That's deep. And it's not easy to go through something like that and still keep a positive attitude.
Yeah.
Very
I'd be looking for Dr. Kabuki.
Now, the New Orleans sound, we've heard of it. It's world famous. And I've often heard you refer to it as gumbo.
It's a mixture, you know, it's a mixture of everything. Like New Orleans, my brother Cyril called it the island that stuck on to the United States, the Caribbean island, you know.
Yeah.
It's like a mixture of all different kind of music and food and, you know, and gumbo, you put some of everything in it.
Even doo-wop,
Oh,
of
definitely
which you were weaned on doo-wop.
Definitely doo-wop.
And you had mentioned prior to the interview that your next project may be putting together a doo-wop album.
It's been one of my dreams to do that.
Who are some of the people you'd like to bring along with you to do this album?
You know, I've been listening to this little guy, Bruno Mars. He's great. He's like,
It's a new talent.
yeah, I saw him at the Grammys. He
Blew him out.
Yeah.
Good luck with the doo-wop album. I think that's going to be just a classic. You know. Tell us a little bit, because one of your signatures are your tattoos, and you started, I think, when you're 15.
Yeah, something like that.
What was the first one?
Probably these.
That was probably the first at 15 years
This
old.
the crude ones, you know, you wrap two sewing needles around a matchstick and stick it like that.
So this was not a high-tech tattoo salon.
No. This is the first high-tech stuff.
That's the first high-tech. And the face?
Sewing needles around a matchstick.
And what do they represent for you, basically?
Just ink.
That's it.
That's probably it.
It's like wearing a chain.
Yeah.
Do you have any message that you could share with today's kids who, because today tattoos are huge, regarding tattoos?
Well, they don't come off.
So you better be sure before you do it.
They're there for the duration.
listen to me, baby. Hear every word I say. No one can love you the way I do, because they don't know how to love you no way. You give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight.